Raise your hand if you're graduating this semester. Yeah, there should be a lot of you. If you haven't had a chance to take the survey, this is by the university. There's a university survey for graduating seniors. And we need to know, as a university, we need to know about your experience overall. What was it like? This is kind of a leaving university survey. It looks like your final mission interview, right? With the mission president. Final mission interview. It's like your final interview, but it's on a survey page. It's completely impersonal. Maybe that's not the good analogy. Anyway. Okay, great. Let us begin. Who would like to offer the prayer for us? Any volunteer? Anybody need some blessings? Victoria? You don't need blessings, but you'll say it anyway. Okay. Okay.
We're so grateful for this university for opportunity to help teach me. Our professors for Georgia. Their heart and mind, their soul, all their lessons together, sharing the best of their skills and knowledge with us. Please bless their families, please bless us as soon to be graduates or graduates of this university to take over our exams and show the excellence of our knowledge as best in the best of our dealings. Heavenly Father, please bless us in all avenues of our lives, wherever we have struggles, but right now, and wherever we may be going through. Please listen to your prayers of all things and prayers. Please be that light for us to show and guide and direct us. So this in something in Jesus' name.
Amen. Perfect. Thank you very much.
She is
Did you?
awesome.
You know my mom-in-law?
Yeah, I've seen her.
She's amazing.
A few days ago, I actually been there when the wife was there, so it's kind of like.
Oh, fun.
She's like, I know you. I was like, I know you too. She's like, I'm Chapman's wife. I was like, oh yeah, I know. So funny.
That's fun. She was at our house all day, most of the day straight. It was great. It was fun. Yeah, she's fun. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she did. She's like 50 years, 60 years.
She's like, yeah, that's my job. I was like, well, you never like feel like home now, you know?
That was her thing. That's what she did. She did it well too. Okay, a couple things to download here. We need to install some software. So let's do this. Let's do this. Click on Notes to install Selenium. So what we're doing today is we're going to use VBA to control Chrome. I can't remember what the question mark is here for, but that's what we're going to do. Before this day, there have been some other ways that we have manipulated web interface data, right? We used the web query. Was that day 1 or 2 of the semester? Where we went out and just grabbed some web stuff from finance.yahoo.com and pulled it into the spreadsheet. Last week, we talked about going to a particular page and getting some information from a particular page. But today, we're actually going to download some software. We're actually going to manipulate Chrome browser to do a multi-page search and results and identifying specific information from a page that we want to pull back into Excel and automate that process. So there's a little bit of setup that we have to do in order to have that functionality. And the first part of that is installing Selenium. So here's a little blog post that includes some of the steps of Selenium. And this is something that it's like a third party, it's free, but it's like this software that allows VBA to control Chrome. So it used to be that VBA could only control Internet Explorer because it's made by the same company, right? And all the other browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari, Opera, they all got together and said, okay, fine, we will allow Selenium to control our browser. And so what happens is Excel VBA controls Selenium, and Selenium controls the browser. And so there's a couple of steps to set this up. We'll go ahead and install Selenium Basic. So we'll go to this link here. This is on GitHub. And we're going to follow these steps to download Selenium. So if we go to this GitHub link, let's click on Selenium Basic version 2.0.9.0. But let's click on this exe file right here. And this is what we're going to download. I'll save that to my downloads folder, Selenium Basic. And once we download that, then we double click it and we start to install it. So we're going to install this software here. Let me open it up. Where's my downloads? Open file. And here is the install wizard. I'll click on next. I'll agree to the agreement, even though I don't know what it is. Isn't that terrible? And I'll click on next for kind of the default install. Doesn't take a ton of space, maybe 36, 37 meg. And at this screen right here, I want you to copy this folder location. So this is the install location. It's probably the same for everybody. C:users, your username, app data local, Selenium Basic. We just need to copy that. It just allows us to be a little bit more effective down the road. And then we'll click on install. So after we've copied this, we will install this to our computer. And this is basically going to install connections to Chrome browser specifically. Do I want to install Firefox? No, I'm okay without it. I'll click on finish there. Uncheck that, click on finish. Okay, great. So that's the first step. The other step we need to do is we need to download an update to Chrome web driver. So it turns out that if we open up Explorer, Windows Explorer, and if we paste in that folder that we installed the system in, it'll take us to the Selenium Basic folder. And if we look at this Chrome driver file right here, this is from 2016. And so one of the things we need to do is update this driver to the latest version of the Chrome driver. And every time a new version of Chrome comes out, there's a new Chrome driver. So this is something that you have to do for every new latest version of Chrome. I don't even know what version of Chrome, what is it, 150 something we're at? Anybody know? I'm just curious. But yeah, we're gonna go download the updated driver for this. So I'm gonna leave this folder open on my screen for a minute, and then I'm gonna go download this other file that we need. So this is basically step 2, download the Chrome web driver. I'll click on this link, and that takes me to this guy, Chrome for testing available. And this says download the latest stable release. So we'll click on stable, and this is the stable release that's been tested. That's kind of the definition of stable, is it's not a beta. And then select the Windows 64-bit and copy and paste this URL into your browser to download the file and then extract the file. So we went to this link. I'm going to come down here to Windows 64, kind of the very bottom of this green table, and I'm going to copy this text, this URL. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to open another window, another tab, I guess, and I'm going to put it into my URL, and I'm going to download that file. So this is that file. And again, so I went down, here's this, I clicked on stable. I came down here to the bottom of the green table, and I copied this URL here. This is the Chrome driver download. And once I copied it, I pasted it into a new tab, and it doesn't actually show it. But once I paste it and hit enter, then I can download it. And I've already downloaded it, so it's right here. Once I download it, I can open that file. And once it's open here in the Windows Explorer, I can drill down into, let's see, where was it? Is it resources? Oh gosh, where'd it go? Is it hyphen? No, it's not hyphen data. Is it locale? No. No. Wait a minute. Is that the right one? Let me go back. Did I get the right link? Oh, Chrome driver. Sorry, I got the wrong one. My bad. I downloaded the wrong one. It's the Chrome driver one we need, not the headless shell. My bad. So we're going to go back here, download the correct URL. There we go. And then download that. There we go. Now we have the Chrome driver. We'll save that in our downloads and we'll open that guy up. Let me close this one, open up the Chrome driver one. Now when we dig into that, there is the Chrome driver right there that we're looking for. So that's the one that we're going to take now, and we're going to drag this over to the Selenium basic folder, right? We're going to replace this Chrome driver, and I'll go ahead and click on replace here, with this new Chrome driver. So here's the new one I just downloaded, Chrome driver Win64. I'm going to drag that over here into my Selenium basic folder that has the Chrome driver, but this is the old one, right? 2016. I'm going to replace the file. And once I replace that, this new Chrome driver looks like it was updated. What is the date on that? Oh, 11 days ago. Yeah, it's pretty recent. So they updated this Chrome driver 11 days ago. And now this new version is in my Selenium basic. Okay, any questions on this one? How we doing? Branch, you got it? Carter, you on it? Nice. Andrew? You think so? Carson? Man, you guys are on top. Will? Yeah, just replace it. Brennan? You just put it in there and there's no replace. Is there only one Chrome driver now? In the Selenium basic file folder? Oh, this is the one that I pasted in when I installed the Selenium basic software. You could just type it in. You just type C users and then your username. I mean, you could also go find it too. Did you guys get it? Okay. Okay. Chris? Nice.
Yeah,
You get partial credit for that. That's true. That's impressive. Okay, great. So let's see. Brendan, how's it coming? Closer? Did you replace it? Let me check. Grace, did you get it?
So I just like made the file. And I just put it in there.
Oh, did you install this one?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, let's walk through that for a second. It'll give us the folder location. One more time. Okay, right there. So click on that location and select it. Yeah, and then copy it. And then you can cancel this one because we don't need the rest if it's already installed. Exit, yeah. And then come up here and then paste it right in there. There it is. So this is, okay, there it is. So now you just need to, yeah, drag that over to this one. I think you have to put it like on the header. It doesn't, yeah, replace. There it is.
Okay.
We got it. Grace, how's it coming? You're stuck. Where are you stuck?
Where did you get the Chrome driver from?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Go back to the, here, I'll show you. Sure, sure. No worries. Here is the, here's that link to the Chrome driver. It's back on the blog post. Notes on VBA blog post, which is right here. So if you click on this one, this will take you to this page and it has the steps, right? Step one is the Selenium basic one. And then down here is the Chrome driver. So you click on this one and that takes you here. And then I mistakenly used this one, but this is the correct one right here, this URL. So
Right.
Yeah.
there's the truck file.
That's not. So it says.
Right. There it is. That's it. And then do the Chrome driver. Yep, that's it. That's it.
Then where am I pasting those?
Just in another tab. Open up one more tab, paste it, and then enter, and then should download.
And I have. Some-
Perfect. And is that already installed, or do you need to install Selenium Basic first? Okay, yeah. Install that one first. Is it slow? Is the internet slow today?
Well, this- my computer's slow.
Oh, okay. It's not the internet, it's your computer.
It's like 6 years old.
Hey, that's not bad. I like old. I'm old. I like old. I'm okay with old.
Which one of these?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and click on next. Just accept all the defaults. And then copy that one at the top. So that one right there. Yes, copy that line. Perfect. We'll use that in a second. And then install. And then finish. Perfect. I think it wants you to install again, so you can cancel that one because you've already installed it. Yes, exit setup's fine. Okay, now open a Windows Explorer window and go to that file that we just, yeah, click on the yellow one. And then perfect, hit paste on that. And then enter, and that'll take you to the folder where that was installed. Perfect. Now, we'll leave that open and we'll open this guy. So if you open file on that, perfect. Double click there. And then that Chrome driver right there, you want to copy that over to the other folder. Does that make sense?
Or you can, do I?
Yeah, you can copy it. You right click, copy, paste. Yep. Right click, copy. I think that should work. And then paste in that file. You might have to, you might have to click in the white space over here. Right click, paste. And it should ask you, do you want to replace? Yes, replace. Perfect. Okay, you got it. Okay, the way to check to see if this install is correctly installed, bless you, is you go to that Selenium folder that we were just in, Selenium basic folder, and click on the scripts folder inside that folder. So we have Selenium basic, click on scripts, and then click on the start Chrome. And when you run this, it should give you an error. Oh yeah, you have to download and install .NET. Does anybody else see this? Some of you may have to download and install. This probably takes a minute. If you don't have this, you should see a Chrome browser pop up on your computer. And it should have a message there that says, Chrome browser being controlled by an automation program. Anybody see that? Will sees it. Chris kind of sees it. That's perfect. That's it. That means you're all set up. You should have a little pop-up window that says click OK to quit. And yeah, that's a good sign. So if you got there, that's it. You see a Chrome browser, you click with a button to click. That means that you are set up correctly. So you're set. Nice. Branch, Carter. No.
What folder was that in?
Yeah, sure. So let's see. Did you install that one?
This one.
The Selenium basic one?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then let's go to, do you have the folder where that was installed into? click on, let's do this. Click on this users. Yeah, click on your CC code and then click on, oh, it's not showing. Let's do this. Go back to your downloads folder. And let's do the install wizard one more time for the Selenium Basic. We won't actually run it, but we need to open that up again. So Selenium Basic one, yeah, right there. Double click on that one. And then let's do next. Accept, next, next. And then right here, let's copy this C users line. Perfect. Select that, copy it. And then we can just cancel this since it's already installed. Yes. And then come up here to the top here and paste it right there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this driver here, so we're going to take that Chrome driver from the other download and put it into here. I think you already had that, right?
I think so. This one.
Yeah, is that the one from inside that zip?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, perfect, right there. So you could right click that one, copy. And then go back to the the other folder that we were just at. Where was that? Perfect. Yeah, maybe right click over here in the space and do paste. And that's going to override that old one with this new one. So replace. Perfect. That's it. Yeah, great. So now go to scripts inside the scripts folder and then click on start Chrome. Okay, yeah, that's what I got. So click OK there and then download and install this feature. And then we got to download some files.
Cool.
Yeah, good.
Thanks.
Okay, is anybody else seeing this? You're still downloading .NET stuff? A couple? Okay, yeah, usually it takes a little while to get all this stuff downloaded. I'm sure most of you guys are already done with the project, so I don't want to waste your time.
You can show them mine and then just fix mine.
Should we use Grace's as an example and say, you know, it's hard though, because some, you know, even if we did that, I feel like some people's code is so different, it would mess them up even more, right?
You guys know,
Yeah. Maybe. Well, let me ask you this about the project. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being, I know what's wrong with my project, I just can't fix it. 1 being, I have no idea what's wrong with my project and I have no idea how to fix it. Where are you at on the project? Are you 1 or are you a 5? Yeah, closer to 1 or a 5. 1, 2, 2, 1, 4, 4. Yard's a 5. Yard's done. I'm impressed. Good job. Okay, yeah, so the average is probably about a 2.3 for the class. So that's actually really hard to, you know, spend class time on because you really got to go in and dig into everybody's individual code and figure out what their particular problem is, which is, I'm happy to do it, but it's just really hard to take. It's one thing to know what the problem is and then solve it. It's another thing to try to figure out what is the problem and then solve it. But that's really where, by the way, that's really where a lot of the learning comes, is that diagnosing of what is the problem here? What is going on? Yeah. I don't know. What else is helpful for me to say on the project? Anything? Maybe it's better to say nothing at all and just. Chris, question?
I'm gonna have trouble with this thing because I'm not certain whether or not I can look at what's been inputted. Would it input itself directly into access University Craft database, or is there no way to check what's been inputted?
Yeah, there's a couple ways. You can use the SQL. So you know how it gives you the error messages when you run it? It says, I ran this SQL statement. I was expecting this number of rows, and it doesn't return this number. You can take that SQL statement inside the hard brackets, copy and paste it, copy it, and then go to your assignment tab on Excel, and there's a button there that says insert from SQL, import from SQL. You click on that button and you paste your SQL statement in there, run that, and it will show you how many rows it returns, right? So if you're supposed to have 17 rows, but you only return 8, Grace and I were just looking at that before class. She has one error message that says, I was expecting 17 rows. I only see 8. We looked at the data and we said, oh, wait, she's picked up only the first campus of this school. She didn't pick up the other campus, right? So that allows her to figure out, why didn't the code pick up the second campus from that school? And we don't know. We haven't, that's where class started, and we had to stop. But that helps us identify, okay, there's something about this Oklahoma sheet, right? Northeastern University in Oklahoma had a blank university name, blank school name, but the campus was there, but nothing from that campus was imported. Which to me says, it says that there's somewhere in the code that's saying, if it's blank, don't run the SQL statement, because it's skipping over that SQL statement because that value is blank, would be my guess. But we didn't get far enough to diagnose. But I don't know, Chris, that's probably a longer answer to the question than maybe you wanted. But that's how I would diagnose it, right? That you take that SQL statement from the error message, from the grade sheet that it gives you the feedback, copy that back into the button that says import from SQL, you paste it into that input box, run that, and it'll show you the number of lines that you get from your data, and it's going to be different than what it expects. And there's some other cases where we've run that and somebody has a longer rows than expected. So it could be less or more, right? But those SQL statements are specifically run, and it's accounting for like blank schools, and it's accounting for apostrophes in school names, and it's accounting for you know, all the kind of the finer points of how you download and, or rather import this data into the database. You did that.
I guess what
That was really good.
the one that I should.
Did you ask her for all the answers?
No,
Oh, okay.
but mine. You have no idea. We didn't know this class. Here right now, he's like, I'm like, yeah, I haven't even opened that. And then I like open it. I was like, oh no, never mind. I wrote a code for this. It just doesn't work because it can't find the location. That's why I'm getting after the whole thing because.
Oh, with the actual,
It's just-
the database file? Yeah, that's right.
Last week.
And that's not the problem anymore.
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, okay.
That's
It
not
might
me.
be. Okay, good. Okay, great. Let's see. Is there anything that I can do right now while this is running in? I think I can start coding. How about that? Why don't I just go ahead and start the code, and we can run through the code while it's still downloading the files for me. So I won't run it until it's all downloaded, but I just want to use our time a little bit here so we can do some more coding here. So if I go back to today's class, I'm going to download these two files, the XLSX and the parsers.cls, and we'll use this one here. When I download this file, I'm going to save it as, and I noticed that the extension is XLSX. I want to save that as an XLSM. Now I think about it, I might have to save it here and then go back and change it manually right here. Unless my options don't let me. Sometimes by default, it doesn't show the extensions. So I like to show my extensions in my list here. And I do that by doing the 3 dots, go to options, and then view. And it says hide extensions for known file types. And I just uncheck that. And that allows me to, oh, I can change my extension right here, XLSM. And that will change the extension, which is kind of nice. Okay, so I'm going to open this file, and I probably have to unblock it first. I always forget that. Oh, it's a read only. Wait a minute. XLSM. Oh, it did not like that. I can do it in here. Open up the file, file save as, and I will save as a macro enabled workbook. Okay, great. So here's the file. And what this is a company, a list of companies, trucking companies. I don't know, how many are there? Almost 1,000, 990 trucking companies. And here's the context for this file. Let's assume that we're on an internship. Your boss comes to you and says, okay, we've got all of these companies listed here. I want you to go get the phone number and fax. I don't know why. Who still uses fax? Anybody? For all of these companies, right? And oh, and by the way, here's a URL that might help. If we go to this URL, this is a URL for the U.S. Department of Transportation, and we can search by company, and there's a dot number here, Department of Transportation dot number. We can use this in the data. So if I go back to the data, in column E, there is a Department of Transportation number. And so I can come here and I can say, if I take this number and I search this number here on this website, click on search, it brings me up a company, click on this name, and I can see the phone number right there. How about that? So what we're going to do today is we are going to build a script that allows us to automatically search on Chrome for this company, pull this telephone number from this website, and put it back into our spreadsheet. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Justice. I appreciate it. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Feel the power. Thank you. Thank you. Feel it. That's great. Okay, so as an example, on our way to doing this, let me write another example here. Let me check, see if my install is done. Okay, it's still installing. I'm going to go ahead and open up VBA, our macro editor here. It looks like we have any code in here, so I'll insert a module. And in this module, let me just demonstrate some of the things we're doing here. Let's write a sub. Let's do a Google search sub. And inside this sub, what we need to do is we need to do some tools references, just like we did before when we were using the other references, the scripting. We need to do a tools references for Selenium type library. So this is going to show up in this list because we've already installed Selenium. And we're looking for this Selenium type library. And notice it's actually the same location where we had before, where it installed. We're just going to click on that box and click OK. That's going to allow us to use the Selenium library of objects, of references, methods, right? All the stuff that comes with incorporating a library into our references, into our VBA references. So I'll click OK. Now that we have that, in fact, let me make a note here. Update tools references to include Selenium type library. That's what we just did. Okay, once we did that, let's create some objects here. One object is going to be a bot. Let's create a dim bot as new web driver. And let's say bot dot start, and let's say open up Chrome. So we could use a different browser. There's a whole bunch of plugins that we could use. I'll just use Chrome. And let's say bot.get. And let's go get a web address. So let's go to my browser. Oh, it says I might need to restart. Okay, my other stuff is done installing. Let's go to a web browser. And what I want to do is I want to do google.com/advanced_search. I want to make sure that's resolved. Good. So here's a google.com advanced search. And it looks like this is a valid web page. We're going to use this to search something. Does that mean class is over?
Yes.
We're just getting warmed up. We're just getting warmed up. I'm going to copy this URL, this advanced search URL. I'll go back to my code, and I'm going to put that inside the double quotes of the get command. So I'm saying create this new web driver, start Chrome, and go to this website. And let's do a stop there. And let's just see if this works. Ready? Yeah, I think I might have to restart mine. Let me do a quick restart because I think my, let's go. I think I need to restart for my .NET stuff to install. So let me restart my computer real quick. But that should work. Anybody get that to work?